Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So look, the inevitable is going to happen. Okay, the absolute inevitable. We are waiting for the Nvidia, what you call the actual earnings report, and therefore the AI and DePin sector is quite interesting at the moment. And I want to, in today's video, I want to talk about what the opportunities are, what the battle is, and how you can actually smartly play this, because we know from experience we can't invest into everything. Absolutely. Especially if retail's trying to make their meager money go as much as they can, and therefore, you know, there are these massive projects. So I want to talk about also this as a catalyst. Now, the pre-sales just finished over there in some of the rounds that we participated in CoinList, and this is going to be arguably the biggest layer 1 DePin launch this year, in this cycle. I think this is going to be absolute behemoth. They already have tons of you know, the likes of Airbus, Bosch, Continental, companies that we know. Now, unless you've got, I would say, when it comes out, and of course if you haven't got into the pre-sale, I would wait for this to come out and then hopefully double play this. I mean, some of you might be holding Crest Network, okay, and this is a nice play. I'm not sure if the I think the snapshot could already be done, because obviously we are approaching the TGE of Peaq. But Crest Network, for anybody that's held this for a while, you should be able to have some Peaq airdrop, and this is a sister network, so currently valued around, and it's around $26 million in market cap. And Crest Network is Peaq's sister network, the world's first and only simulation network for DePin and the economy of things. Okay, investing into things that have real world use cases, I think, will be one of blockchain's biggest advantages over the coming decade. Right now, the market cap of crypto is what, 2.3 trillion. What are we expecting this cycle? Maybe 10, 15 trillion. But by 2030, we could see a bull cycle of perhaps 100 trillion. It is absolutely possible. So I don't think we will see the pinnacle of the likes of Peaq Network in this cycle. But a lot of the people that you know that have made successful amount of money, I mean wealth in cryptocurrency, your Solanas, your Ethereums, your, you know, these projects have been multi-cycle, and I think this is another mindset that you need to have. So with that being said, there is also another project of significance. They've been selling nodes like no other. You can still buy a node if you want it. Massive backing. Both of these cryptocurrencies will launch at a fairly big market cap. So in terms of capital allocation for these, I would say that there might be a minimum spend for you to be able to get into this and make good money. Having said that, 100 million, 200 million, this is probably going to be $300 million in valuation. Like I said, you know, we've got into the pre-sale, and I think, you know, there's an understanding where this could go. By the way, guys, you know, we've got tons of stuff going on. If you want to join us from a basic tier of $9 for the Dubai Investors Club tier, honestly, it's probably the best money you will ever spend in cryptocurrency. I guarantee you that. I may not guarantee you 100x, but I can guarantee you'd be belonging to one of the best communities out there. So yeah, why not? Links in the description if you want to join us. warp.com/dxpcrypto. And now we continue. So now you know what I'm looking at. I'm looking for good DePin and AI projects, and they often play each other, right? Now, rather than do that, I've kind of I've always got a short list that I go by. These normally include, not everybody wants to buy shit projects. I think if you ask any of the crypto investors, they will tell you their low caps have been the worst performers in this run. And that's absolutely true. Like, if you bought Render at 54 cents like I did and held it throughout this time, you would have had a significant gain in the bear market and into this. Now, they've got very close association with, you know, the likes of Disney, Apple. The reason why I'm not saying for you to buy Render at $3.9 billion in market cap, even though this could do 50, 60, 70 billion at the height of the bull market. But another one that I talked about previously was like Arweave, when it was around the 1.5 to $2 billion in market cap, because sometimes these bigger projects, and people actually think Arweave is just a storage like Filecoin. Guys, it's not a Filecoin. This is, they've done, you know, obviously these guys have massive links with Meta, first of all. Some of you would be looking for 10x's, like, you know, assured bet 10x's, you know, the likes of Render, you know, anything between, you know, 7 to 10x. I think Arweave is another one, because what Arweave have done, you know, you can actually see what they've done over here is building it's being used in countless different ways. The first step is to power the permanent data storage of uploading a file, make your home page, simplify it. That's not it. They haven't, you know, trusted by Meta, so they've got real businesses. Like, you know, of course, like I said, it's got real world uses here. Having said that, there is also an AI element to this now. They've done a massive upgrade, and it's just not a file storage system anymore. Okay, I'm telling you, this is a big cap. Now, I'm not telling you to buy this, of course. Some of you keep asking me for safe returns in different narratives. So, you know, if you want to fish here, if you want more gains, I think EOS will be, again, it's already a giant at this valuation compared to what retail does, but under $1 billion, 79 cents. I think this will run into at least 10 to about $20 billion, probably $15 billion in terms of market cap, already listed on Binance. And listen, you don't have to aim for 100x across everything, right? This is the problem right now with investors. You're being absolutely lied to if everything that you have in your portfolio, and trust me when I say I do review tons of portfolios, so I know what I'm talking about. A Coinbase listing, crypto.com exchange. This is another one of those projects that is under $1 billion right now, but could run and definitely will run. I'm sure of that. It's actually listed on Coinbase. But EOS is an ultimate DePin project with AI storage and streaming. This one is a gem. And like I said, under $1 billion. I haven't got a position in this right now. I did flip this in the bear market, but I am looking at the current condition of the market, and I'm thinking about quality at the top, right? Having few quality cryptocurrencies, it's not going to hurt your overall overall exposure to the market. So whilst I would skip the likes of Render and Arweave, and I can even remove them from here, Render just being the barometer for me for this market. I always like to track the leader of specific categories, but EOS is a definite consideration. Guys, anything that's bounced back in the recent dip and anything that has relative strength against your other cryptocurrencies, you seriously need to think about it. Otherwise, you'll get wrecked. All right. So let's go down the risk curve a little bit. So you've got Helium over here at $700 million. And I think, you know, listen, multi-cycle cryptocurrency, I will definitely skip that. Then we start to get smaller and smaller. And you see what I'm doing here. Aethir is a good trade, but again, I would like to skip over here. Now, the interesting one I want to talk about here is Phala. Okay, PHA. Now, you can see in a market that is absolutely tanking, right? What's happening here? 8% here. Let's see the tokenomics. So you've got, you know, you've got a decent volume that's happening in an absolutely crazy, you know, situation right now. We're in a boring sideways market. Volume up 400, you know, 4x in the last 24 hours, right? So who's buying this? You know, I mean, you can see here, you know, there is actually obviously a little bit of inflation. You got Binance, you got crypto.com should be there as well. You got Gate, MEXC, you got Binance listing straight away. What is this, right? So this is AI processor for blockchain. Okay. And obviously should be in AI, should be in DePin and Web3, and you know, ship AI agents in minutes. Now DePin and AI is of course very closely linked. I thought there was an element of DePin over here. Decentralized API, distributed. Yeah, there you go. All right. So do not fade Fala. I'm telling you now, it's already got exposed to liquidity, DePin with the most TTE nodes. And you can see how competitive this space is. So if there is a significant pullback here, and I think, look, the chart's just about to break out anyway. There is a bit of festing, but I think this could go, this could do really well, right? So just keep an eye out on it. At 144 million, with 25 million in volume, this is a blue chip in the making, in my opinion, and it's something that you need to watch. Then we go down the risk curve. Now, a Hive Mapper at 130 million, $13 million is a good project. Okay, good project. You can see here it's on Solana. If you haven't seen this, there's a lot of DePin stuff that happens over here. And you can see all of their, kilometers mapped, and it's a real project, right? This is happening right now. And I do have, this is still relatively small market cap in my opinion. It's not even a mid cap yet, but I do have a secondary at the moment with this current market action, with this volume, decent exchanges, Coinbase, Binance, tons of liquidity, happy days, right? So you don't have to worry too many things about here, except expose yourself if you want to have exposure to something like this. Having said that, I do have a beta play, a micro cap, in the form of a project by the name of, I've actually got two projects. One is called Natix. It's under, right now it's not out yet. It's built on Peaq, and the other project that I have for you is Navi. I absolutely love Atlas Navi. I think Atlas Navi is a little gem that can go, give you similar returns as that run. And again, you can see here it's performing relatively well. Price hasn't dropped below 20 cents. I've been monitoring this. I own it. And these guys are fully in swing in the EU, with some of the most, and it's got two elements. It's got a massive AI element to it, to Navi, and they've got a lot of massive amount of petabytes of data, or unbelievable stuff that's happening. They've got some good partnerships, and yeah, listen, the app is already out on iOS and Android. And I think this is, a good alternative to the likes of Waze, Google Maps, and Apple Maps. I think these guys can do a real deal. And of course, there's a reward system. I believe they can also offer, do they offer the Atlas Marketplace? Yes, they do. So this thing is pretty good. Navi Wallet. And of course, they have tons of different rewards. I have done video on this previously, so I'm not going to keep you on it too long. But if you think, and the reason I'm telling you this, some of you will have a lot of money to invest, right? And some of you would want to make your maximum gains in this cycle. Therefore, I want to give you guys an option, right? Some of these projects I hold, some of them I don't hold. And, all I can do is tell you what these are doing. The next one is Node. I found Node at under $10 million. I think at the time it was between $5 to about $6 million. And this was when he was on Uniswap. Again, it's important that, we do a lot of video announcements and that type of thing. So it's very important that where it is today, this could easily go to I can see a 10x in a serious DePin AI run. And then in the long term, I would probably say this could go to, $3-4 billion. Still have 30, maybe $5 billion. This could actually do pretty well, and they do have a fantastic use for the for the token. And I think, listen, 100 million for something like this, I believe, is still relatively cheap, because the price Also, the circulating supply was fairly launched. This was on Uniswap for months. Nobody took care of, wanted to invest in it. And now it's obviously quite popular, but I would say it's still way undervalued. Still on Uniswap, and where the 40% of the volume comes from. So, there's real interest over there. And then, of course, this is not the one on MEXC. That's always been there from the beginning as a fake one, as a different one there. But you can buy this on BingX. So this doesn't actually have, and Polonix. So this doesn't actually have a real centralized, it's got stuff like L-Bank. I mean, look at this. These are tiny exchanges. So predominantly the business is still being done on Uniswap, right? And it has performed admirably well. And I think this would be another fantastic cryptocurrency to consider. Now we continue with this, driven by the Nvidia earnings report. And then we go down, continue down the risk curve. What's right behind it? Now look how these two mirror each other. So similar pricing, similar tokenomics, and similar volume for the day. Of course, Blender is slightly smaller. Blender is actually one of the best performing cryptocurrencies in this recent dip. It was just holding up. There was a massive wick to 50 cents. I believe that doesn't actually reflect it, but it was way 54 cents or something. But $1.50 now, $1,500 dollars into this. I have reached out to the team, and right now I haven't heard anything from it, but it's, if they do what they're meant to be doing over here, they often post people with Blender, nice Blender polo jacket, polo shirts. I do like it. And full disclosure, I do hold this one, albeit a smaller play, because I'm just hedging against the potential that these guys come good and they start running and be more upfront and be more forward thinking. But I do like it and I do hold it. And I'd love to add some more if I get more information. Again, I don't want to go more heavier than $1,500 right now, but money's on the sidelines to take advantage of that. And then the next one, Octaspace. Now, Octaspace has been an absolute darling of mine since it was, the early days. Having said that, I paid a lot of attention to this. And my private investors, Discord and Patreon, know that I've done a relative strength comparison between many cryptocurrencies and Octaspace. Now, this is a crazy layer one project with a VPN, with a DePin aspect. It has a fantastic team, in my opinion. They are taking on, hopefully, Render. If Blender doesn't step up, and the bullish news about Blender was the fact that Blender was about to go, or they will be coming on to base. I think that will also be another factor why you should consider looking into that. But OctaRender is a cutting edge distributed rendering platform. They have a VPN. They have, they've got many things, and these are all already live. Though that's why the price action has been absolutely solid throughout this entire dip. Listen, guys, look, I want everybody in my community, whether private or public, to do really well. All right. End of the day, if you're coming here to watch a video, and I can tell you now, the only thing I can say is not financial advice, but I do hold this. And the only limitation right now, what's holding them back, is we are just on MEXC, CoinX, which has been a recent addition. And then before that, Safe Trade was where I initially bought this from. But I do believe a healthy retracement. And if we continue with the current sideways action of the crypto market, then you should be filling out $50 million, right? 520 million is 10x. 5 billion is 100x. These are some of the cryptos that you should be all over. Now, in terms of these three, I'm not gonna lie, this is probably my favorite of the whole lot. I do hold all three of them, but these are smaller plays. I think this one, I'm gonna put more money into it. The next one is Dynex, right? Fade as much as you will. I've got some exciting news coming on this platform about Dynex. I think Dynex is a dying to be discovered. It's a gem that is dying to be absolutely discovered. I love the bigger, grander vision, in my opinion, and the tokenomics are not bad. It's a cryptocurrency with a major ambition, right? Not your run-of-the-mill. And I'm going to drop some news on this, so stay tuned to the channel. But this is absolutely a gem that you should be considering holding in the portfolio. And hopefully, you know, when the team comes out and does a lot more, we should be able to be super, super excited and see where that goes. Now, market cap is only $44 million. You know, 440 million is your 10x, you know, 1.4 billion. This could go to, again, anything, you know, it can do anything in terms of the market size. One that's been an absolute on a slippery slide with a low volume has been Clo AI. Clo AI, we've had a good entry. It's actually retraced most of the gains, and right now it is at a fantastic DCA opportunity. So for those of you that don't know, I love proof of work concept. I think that the value between proof of work and proof of stake is very evident. Most valuable cryptocurrency in the world is a proof of work. You've got to put the work in, get the project out. Distributed computer that fits your needs. Access GPU computing nodes from community members from all around the world. And I'm working with a few other projects right now in terms of my research that I will be presenting that will have a similar use case. But at the current market cap, for me, Clo AI over Octospace, just Octospace, which has been absolutely decimated as well. Let me see if Octo is here. Guys, honestly, this will, not Octo, sorry, OPSEC. Should be here, but yeah, OPSEC is there. So look, Crust Network is always there. I mean, Crust is, listen, blast from the past is $12 million in market cap. Clo right now, 43 million. And then, of course, the ones I'm excited about over here, SQT. SQT right now, nobody actually knows about this project. Not a lot of people talk about it. In the coming days, weeks, and months, people will find about this decentralized in the future by supercharging your dApps. I think this project over here could be a real gem. At the forefront of DePin, sub-query network will be fully distributed indexes and RPC providers, load balance so that the customers can benefit a single endpoint by multiple redundant providers, decentralized without compromise. You might be thinking, what are you talking about? So sharded data nodes solve scaling and cost problems with a growing blockchain. Solving a problem, reliability and scalability. Node providers are rewarded for the performance uptime and so on. Faster dApps or apps. And this is all happening on here. One network. And that's why I'm super bullish on this low market cap DePin project. So keep your eyes on this. And yeah, I mean, it's tiny. Right now, it's tiny. I mean, look at this, $21 million. All-time chart looks extremely bullish to me. And it's one that you should consider. Now, Scalia, in terms of scale, I mean, look, there is another DePin project that I was looking at today. But this one has kind of, you know, let me just remove that. You know, the next one here, Nasana and Lambda, I would rather skip right now. Another small one that I've had for a month and a bit now is this bad boy here, which I bought on Uniswap, now on MEXC, right? So you can see here the only original exchange here was the volume was all on Uniswap, and then last month it got listed on MEXC. So it's doing all this volume from there, fully diluted. I believe they have all the tokenomics out. And this is your kind of no GPU cloud computing. Unleash the power of decentralization, secure, scalable, cost-effective cloud control. Of course, highly risky. incredibly highly risky. Now, you can see here DCI cloud computing, and when I did the buy alert for the community last month, this was a factor in my consideration. So you go to learn more, but then they'll give you the PDFs. Now, obviously, this is a very infant, you know, early project. You know, these things, you know, if you know anything about business, you know, most businesses can fail in their first year. In fact, that is a statistics. So just so you know, business. And guys, we got to make this relevant because business failure rates in year one. Right. This is no different to cryptocurrency, guys. Latest data shows that 90% of startups fail across almost all industries. On average, fail rate is for 1 year is 10%. However, in years 2 and 5, a staggering 70% of these new businesses will fail. So this is the average time it takes for a project to get through a bull run. So take it with a massive amount of risk reward. And right now, you know, it's still under $10 million in market cap. I think, look, the promise of a GPU, and of course, this is the tokenomics. They do have the tax over here, but the roadmap is where you probably should be concentrating. Now, the issue is, even though it's a tiny project, what they are doing right now is they are collaborating with influencer partnerships. And because they're collaborating with these influencers in tech and crypto spaces to drive the awareness, that's fantastic. However, it is the only way a project like this can actually get some kind of traction, because, you know, otherwise, who the hell are they just coming out with this stuff? So look, we have no ties, no affiliation to these guys at all, except the fact that I hold $1,000 of this token on MEXC right now. So that's another, you know, this could go to, you know, do what, 100 million because of the dilution here. There's none. So yeah, have a look at that. And then we talked about Crest and Peaq. So there's your comprehensive DePin guide. I hope you like it, and I hope you found some use into this. And just, you know, just so you know, in terms of the where we are within the entire space, you can see here nothing right now is to be nothing is in profit. Everything in the last 24 hours is down. Amazing opportunities for some of our favorite cryptocurrencies, as you can see here in this portfolio. And in addition to that, relative strength in the last 90 days, everything is in memes. But if you look, decentralized computing and AI, so decentralized AI, RWA, DeFi, DePin, layer 2s, and some other stuff is kind of like relative, but you can actually see the numbers over here. So 3.5x for meme coins, 90 days relative return, guys. But AI, RWA, and look, where we are attacking is DePin and AI as we lead to Nvidia. So I hope you find that very useful. Final metric I'm going to show you is something that I always show you guys, which is alt buy signal. It's never been below this level for a while. You can see here, you can sell your house, buy your alts. That's the indicator right now. Below this green line, sell your house, meaning that put money into the market. Once you get up to this red line over here, is buy a house. So simple indication, but this continues to evolve. And look, the only other time that we've been below these prices is when the market was absolutely depressed, pre-September, August. And then we had that gigantic run. So it won't stay here for long. It will maybe go back up. So this is the perfect time to buy your cryptocurrencies. I've been your host. If you haven't been with us, consider coming to us. We are one of the best communities out there. The XP crypto entry price is $9. We don't sell any courses. We are straight to the point, guys. And at the moment, actually, I don't know if you've seen, but I'm running a few different you know, this is all about inflation in crypto and how to calculate that. And the other thing that we're talking about is exits in the market. That sounds solid to you. Give me a solid first, like the video, putting a lot of effort in the research, and follow us on DXB Crypto. Come with us on WAP, and I'll catch you on the next one, guys. God bless you.